Welcome back to episode 2 of Smooth Ones. Today I am joined by the Dolberry triplets. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
My name is Reese.
I'm Elijah. Isaiah.
Welcome, fellas. What's up? How you guys doing?
Doing well. Thank you for having us. We're extremely excited. We got our smoothies in hand.
Happy to have you. What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Reese?
I'm drinking a white gummy.
And what about Isaiah and Elisha?
We're both drinking white gummies.
It's really good, honestly.
I wish you guys would have told me. I wouldn't have gotten this one. This one's like a strawberry thing.
I was thinking about getting a watermelon breeze, but I decided to go with a white gummy.
It's a good one. I had that one last time. But yeah. All right. Well, we got our smoothies. We got our videos. So, cousin of mine, Gavin, used to work at a Jamba Juice. Have any of you ever worked in fast food?
No. None of us.
I can't deal with people.
I used to work at Albertsons.
Albertsons? What was that like?
Oh man, there a lot of homeless people. One time this homeless dude came in and he was trying to steal tequila, and he was riding around the store on a scooter at 7 a.m. and he was kicking and pushing around, and he was like, "You can't touch me!" And he like ran out on his scooter with like vodka and like tequila in his backpack.
Can you let him take it?
We can't touch him. We'll get arrested. We'll lose our job, and they could file charges. They could press charges on us for like assault or battery.
There was no security guard?
Not at 7.
Oh my gosh. Dang. Well, I know Elisha worked in something similar to fast food, and that's paint. I have a question for Elisha. What was your favorite color of paint when you worked at Sherwin-Williams?
Extra white.
Extra white?
Yeah.
Was that actually the name of it?
Yeah, it's the reason why is because that's basically the packaged color, and if I could basically get packaged color really cheap, I can come back and tint it to whatever I want. So yeah, it's basically just to get free paint, basically.
So that one's it's the gateway paint color?
Yeah.
I think I got an alert on my phone. Looks like a cow painted a portrait, I guess. Have you guys seen that? Do you know where they hung the painting? I guess it was in a museum in New Zealand.
You're a fool, dude.
I'm sorry. That joke was bad, but I mean the damage is done. There's no point in crying over spilled milk.
There's a lot of puns in that one.
Speaking of milk and cows, Isaiah, what was being a vegetarian like, and why did you relapse to meat?
I used to watch those very sad videos where it shows the animals being shoved into the slaughterhouse and stuff, and then it made me feel sad because they're being killed. So I was like, oh man, for a time I'm like, hey, why not try it out? It'd be pretty cool to say, I tried it out. I did it for a long time, maybe 8-9 months. I enjoyed it, but then you miss it. You miss meat and carne asada fries and tacos and stuff. So that's kind of why I relapsed. It was really good. But the gateway for that was having the Beyond Meat burger, because I had it 8 months down the line when it was at Carl's Jr., and that's when I kind of stumbled back into it, the carnivorous lifestyle.
So it was actually the non-meat burger that brought you back to the meat?
It made me miss it. It made me miss it and forget the terrible deaths of the animals and stuff. So
that was some good burgers.
Was it that you were allowed to have meat one day a month, or?
When I was a vegetarian, did I allow myself?
Yeah.
No, out of that whole span of 9 months, I never had any meat at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. You ever seen the ad with the Indian and the tear running down his face?
Yeah. The one where the trash in the Indian, like,
I've never seen.
you've never seen. It's before your time. It's fine.
I don't know why I've seen it. I just have.
We were gonna have, when Isaiah was a vegetarian, we were gonna have like a big old meat day, because Isaiah, it was like supposed to be in July, but we never made it to that date.
No, because it was supposed to be next year. And the funny thing, it literally popped up. It was supposed to be August 18th, and it popped up in my scheduling on my calendar on my phone. So that's pretty crazy. I
Really?
didn't make it.
So you had to cancel meat day.
Yeah.
Did you ever have the meat day?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
He has meat day every day now.
Basically every day. I love meat now. Again.
Well, I can respect it. You know what? I think I'd like to get back on the topic of New Zealand, at least. So how about some trivia?
Ready.
Why don't we go in order? I'll ask the question. Reese will say his answer. Isaiah will say his answer. And then Elisha.
All right, let's do it.
How long is New Zealand's 90-mile beach?
I guess I'm going first. I'm assuming 90 miles.
Isaiah?
I feel it's one of those things where it's not really 90 miles and maybe it was just like a catchy phrase. So maybe it's a little bit less than 90 miles. I think.
Do we have to get exactly it or whoever gets closest to it?
I'll give the point to whoever gets closest. That seems fair.
Okay, I say 89.
89, Isaiah?
I say like it's probably a little bit less, like 85 maybe, I think.
All right. The point goes to Isaiah. It's actually 55 miles.
I knew it!
Dang, I
No,
wish
I
you would have said
Why
91.
why is it called 90 Mile Beach?
Does it sound better like that or?
I actually didn't do any further research. I just looked up the fact.
Okay.
So 55 miles it is. Next question. And you got to answer this one quick because it's a multiplication question. What is 7 times 60?
7 times. I'm bad, man.
7 times 60?
420.
Did Reese say that?
Yeah.
Reese, you'd be correct. It is 420.
Oh, nice.
7 times 60 is
Nice.
420. Yeah, very nice, very nice. All right, our final trivia question. How many seeds are in the average strawberry? Is it A, 153, B, 1,020, C, 200, or D, 312?
I say 312.
I say 200.
I was going to say 312, but since Elijah said it, I'll say the first one.
153?
Yeah.
All right, Isaiah's got 2 out of 3. It was 200.
Goodness gracious.
Psychedelic.
Isaiah is the most. Isaiah has the most potential out of all of us.
He has the most to be on Jeopardy.
Yes.
You never know. Yeah, that'd be great.
Very nice, very nice. All right, well, it's that time of the week again. Explain that shirt. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go Isaiah. Elijah.
Elijah.
This is a handy down or hand me down.
It's a hand-me-down,
Hand me down, not handy down. From my oldest brother Reese. I fit real nice in it, and I like it. Feels good.
Very nice. Is your brother Reese
Fun fact.
with us right now?
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah. He's able
Fun
to
fact about that shirt, I actually got it from your cousin, Jamin. I stole it from him.
Which one?
Mason.
Ah, Mason. Mason. I knew he'd find his
way
way.
back in the day.
I knew he'd find his way into this episode somehow.
I'll go. My shirt is it's Adidas, and my loving fiance bought it for me.
Who is
Aw.
that?
Also, your cousin,
What?
Olivia.
She's your fiance?
Yep.
You're dating my cousin, Reese?
Yes.
You took my other cousin's shirt? All right.
I'm sorry.
We'll talk after. Isaiah, explain your shirt.
Okay. Well, I got this a few months back. The brand is like this skate brand called the Hundreds, and I was like really into like this brand in high school, but like I had no money, so like I saw the shirt on the website and I was like, gotta have it. So that's where we're at today. That's why I have it.
Where did you get it? I mean, when did you get it?
When did I get it?
Yeah.
Maybe February, because it was a while back. It was still cold. I remember that. And I like long sleeves, so it was February.
Was it before the whole virus thing, or?
I think it was before it blew up, but yeah. Because
Okay.
Reese said it didn't come until March, so.
Okay. All right. Well, those are some very nice stories. I'll have to have a conversation with Reese after. Well, beautiful. Explain that shirt. Was very nice. Now I have a bit of a story to tell. So, if you don't mind. So about 9 years back, I used to do some cleaning work, and sometimes there would be kids at the houses I'd clean. Right, parents are away. I got to do some cleaning and stuff. And one day I'm doing some sweeping the living room, and a kid who lived at the house asked to borrow my phone. And he was like 10. I wasn't sure what he wanted it for, and so I was kind of reluctant to give it to him. And I guess he was also like doing some arts and crafts or something. He was trying to make like a bow and arrow, I think, and I guess he cut his fingers because there was blood all over his hands. And right as I noticed, he noticed the blood, and so he threw up all over his shirt. It looked to be hot Cheetos. I wasn't sure. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think hot Cheetos. Yeah.
It's
Oh, you
interesting.
sure? You sure it was hot Cheetos? And was there anything else in there?
Oh, that's really interesting.
I don't know. Anything like that ever happened?
What was the question?
That's crazy. No, it's a story.
Is there a question after that?
No, it's a story.
It was a good story.
Anything like that happened to you, Reese, Isaiah, Elisha?
Man,
Not me.
not me either, man.
I had something similar happen. It wasn't exactly like that, but it was close to it.
Please share.
Oh, okay. So when I was a kid, I liked building stuff, and my parents were away, and it was just me and my brother in the garage, and I made a bow, and it was real sweet. It was real cool, and what else happened? And I got some sticks from the park, and I was like, I need arrows for my bow. And I was shooting them out, and I was like, it's going into cardboard pretty easily, but this one arrow had this this knot of wood coming out. And so I was like, oh, how am I gonna get this down? So I got my brother's Reese's pocket knife.
It was a pocket knife.
And I was like cutting it, and
Show them the scar.
Oh yeah, here it is. I can't. Can you see it? It's right there.
It makes it look like
It's
a
right
sausage,
there.
Yeah, I can.
And so I was basically cutting it this way, and I was like, let me just try this way. Let me try to whittle it down. And I went, and I was like, and then it hooked up and went straight down, and it went right down to my finger. And I held it, and I was like, oh man, all right, this shouldn't be that bad. And then I looked, and it wasn't. It was just like a clean cut. And I was like, okay, cool, it's a clean cut. And then it just went like so much blood came out of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so much blood. And we had this lady over our house helping clean. We had like a cleaning lady. And she did not speak a lick of English.
Nah.
And so Isaiah, this is Isaiah's part. Isaiah talked to her.
So I went to go talk to her because we had no phones at the time. Reese was like the only one who had a phone, and he was out of the house. So then I tried to go talk to the cleaning lady, and I'm like, hey, I don't I'm like, hey. My brother, I needed to borrow your phone. She's like, are you borrow my phone? Yeah? Will you borrow my phone? I'm like, yeah, I need to borrow your phone. But sadly, this lady had halitosis. Like, it was bad. And I was like, yeah, I need to borrow your phone, please. And then she I don't think she ever let us.
No,
did she?
She ended up just seeing that I was bleeding and she knew what to do.
Yeah.
So she like told me to come to the bathroom and to keep my hand up. And then there was like after the fact, I saw my bathroom was like covered in like driplets of blood everywhere. And I went back to the garage and I sat back down and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to me. And then I was like, I kept on looking at my finger and I was like, oh, that's bad. And I looked at it again. I was like, that's really bad. And I said, Zia, I need some water, man. I'm not feeling good. And Isaiah was like, and then right when Isaiah turned around, I was like, what? And then I just went, I just like threw up everywhere. And then bad. Like probably like 10 minutes later, the garage door opened up because my mom came home and she just saw me covered in throw up and blood. And yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's similar to my story. It's crazy.
What's up?
That's really similar to mine.
Yeah, really similar.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd like to, blood hot Cheetos. Speaking of red things, Isaiah, 4th grade, red bouncy ball. Can you run me through that?
Red bouncy ball? What do you mean? So I was young. So we're playing Foursquare, and I was like really good at Foursquare. But I was not able to play because they didn't want me to play with them for some reason. Don't remember why. So what happened was I was waiting outside the Foursquare and out of line, and I'm looking at them like waiting for my opening. So I decided to run. I grabbed this massive ball at the time, and it took up half my body. And I started running with it, and all the kids started chasing me. So what happened was I ran into the soccer field with all these kids playing soccer and dodging everyone and running through everyone. And then I have the ball like this, so I can't see nothing under me. I'm running, and then I feel my foot trip over something. It was probably like a little chunk of crabgrass or something. I go flying, and my hand's over the ball like this, and I do a full flip, and my hand goes all the way back, and I flip over the ball, and then all the kids like stop around me, all like, "Oh man!" And I started screaming, crying because it scared me like really badly. And it turns out like then the yard duty lady came over and she brought me off to the side, and I went to the nurse's office and I asked. It was swollen too. It grew like 2 sizes. And she said I didn't break it though, and she gave me ice. But then we went to the hospital, and I broke it. So.
Really, the nurse got it wrong? That's a first.
I know, right? They're paid to, help kids out if they need help. So I don't know.
Yeah, they have the cure-all ice. So.
Yeah. It's the best stuff.
That's quite a bit of injuries, Reese. Do you have anything to add to that?
The stories or?
Sure.
My injuries.
Anything you'd like to say?
I have a good story. Isaiah, I have a fun fact about Isaiah. He's been pulled over 7 times and hasn't got 1 ticket. Like legit 7 times, and he's not gotten 1 ticket.
The negotiator?
And
yeah.
No, I don't know what happens, or for example, one time because he used to work at UPS, so he would drive early in the morning, and he was driving. He borrowed my uncle's car, and he didn't turn on the headlights. So Isaiah's like driving down. It's like a big road. It's like a main road in Chula Vista, Telegraph Canyon.
Yeah.
He's like going 75, 80 miles per hour at 3 in the morning driving to work, and with no headlights on. You don't have your ID, right?
No, I didn't know.
He gets pulled over, and the guy, the officer, he's like, hey, license and registration. He's like, I don't have my ID. And he's like, well, who's this car? He's like, it's my uncle. And then he's like, what's your uncle's name? He goes, Frank Jimenez. And then Isaiah goes, I'm half Mexican. Like, that's my uncle. I promise you.
He looked at me weird. He was like, I'm like, oh, what? He's like, what's the guy's name? His name. I'm like, oh, it's Frank Jimenez. And he looks at me like, huh? He does a double take, and I'm like, oh, I'm half Mexican. He's like, that doesn't matter. It didn't matter. I'm like, why would you look at me like that? So I had to verify.
Yeah,
Huh?
you had something in your teeth. That's why he was looking.
Probably, most likely. Yeah. So I had to verify my identification with my UPS checks at the time, or whatever. It was just like this.
He had a pay stub. He had a pay stub in his backpack, and he pulled it out and said, "Oh, this is my name." And he like the cop let him go and said, "Drive safe. Turn your lights on."
Yeah, that happened.
Hey,
And then one time, this was the most recent. We were driving to Coronado. What time?
Oh gosh.
What time at night were we driving to
Like
Coronado?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock in the morning. We're driving over the bridge. I was tired.
Isaiah was driving.
I was driving. I woke up. I was tired. I had to take Elijah.
Well, so like we had to take someone to the hospital over there in Coronado, and we came back because I had to go get our car. So I told my uncle, like, just drive me back, and then me and Isaiah will go back to the hospital and pick them up. And so Isaiah drove because I don't think I had my license.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think
I
I
don't
only
think
had my
so.
like my permit or something. So I was like, I'll just let Isaiah drive. And basically, we're driving, and I'm like, be careful when you're on the road, because when you get off of the bridge, our first exit, that's where we have to be. So I said, just get over. Isaiah didn't see, but he accidentally cut in front of a car. Like, that was like right behind us.
We were driving down, and then I had to go over into the next lane so we could get the next exit out. So I kind of got nervous because it's a bridge, and I don't like driving over bridges. And I quickly jolt in front of a car in the other car, and then we're driving
before
down.
that, I said, Zaya, there's a car next to you, so make sure you don't cut him off.
Yeah.
And right when I said that, he cuts him off.
I
and I'm
cut
like,
him
oh,
off, and then I
gosh.
drive off. And then, like, we're in the, like,
So basically,
suburb area.
you start, like, twisting, and then, like, probably, like, 40 seconds of us just turning into,
After cutting off
kind of,
the
like,
guy,
the suburban area of, like, right before the hospital.
the lights shoot
We just
up.
see, like,
whoop, whoop.
just
And then
bright lights behind
I
us.
was,
And I was like,
I just cut off a cop. I was like, oh, man.
I was so, like, oh, gosh.
I was
Lord.
terrified, man. And then
No ticket. You still didn't get a ticket.
no. So what happened was the guy told.
Did you have your license? I don't think.
I don't remember. I think
No,
I
I
did.
didn't
No, I
think
think I
he-
did. I think I did.
I didn't. Oh, he might.
I might have. So, but the thing was, the guy, it was a big white guy who walked up to the SUV at the time, and then
Tell me what you said.
what did I say?
Well, we had our hands up.
I had our
like,
hands up on the
just on top of the thing, like
I wasn't trying
good
to.
people,
Uh-huh.
and then
Nothing to hide.
What did you say to him? You're like,
I don't remember.
You're like, you just turned right outside, right when the cop came up. He's like, "Oh, hello, officer. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
I get nervous driving, and I told him because I'm trying to be real. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to be malicious or mean. I'm like, I just get nervous on the bridge, and it's at night, and I just woke up, and I'm groggy.
So we're picking up somebody from the hospital.
Yeah, and he was like totally cool. But I was like,
He
oh
was
yeah,
really
I
nice.
totally get what you mean. Yeah, okay.
He's like, "Yeah, man, I get it."
Isaiah, you didn't tell them that when you were driving on the bridge, you were driving in between both lanes. You
Oh
weren't in the
yeah, I
lane.
forgot to say that. Yeah, he was like
Yeah.
literally. I was like, "Zaya, get over," and he's like literally just like kind of just staying right in the middle of the two lanes.
Yeah, and then
And I'm like,
then
"Zaya,
I
pick
chose.
a lane." And so that's why we went on this one.
and you
Oh my
cut off
God.
a cop.
And then I cut off a cop, and then we drove off, and he pulled me to the side. But nothing happened. He was really cool about it, and
Nice guy.
yeah, nice guy. And then we left, and we picked up. We had to do our thing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
7 times being pulled over without getting a ticket.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the
Oh, you didn't tell them the Comic-Con one either.
The Comic-Con.
When you're on the trolley and you didn't buy a ticket home on the trolley.
Oh, yeah. At the time, okay, so Comic-Con just ended. I didn't know that you had for some reason, I didn't think about it, and I've never ridden the subway before. Or what do you call it? The
Trolley.
Subway, my bad. The trolley. So I just jump onto the trolley, like, I was asking people, scheduled for, I need to go back up this way to Chula Vista, whatever. Then the guy was like, you go on right now because it's about to go. I'm like, okay. So I jump on the trolley without buying a ticket. I didn't know I didn't think about it. And then we're there, and I'm just sitting down, and this guy starts coming up the aisle, and like with a machine, and then he's like doing stuff with ticket stubs. I'm like, I didn't know you're supposed to do that. I'm like, oh man, okay. So then the guy comes up to a father and his son before me, and the father shows the guy checking the ticket stubs like, his past the Comic-Con, like, this is and that. He was talking to him.
and the kid showed him the pass too, and I was like, okay. And then he walked up to me, and I'm like, hey, I got a pass, and he's like, oh, okay, and he just walked past me, and I'm like, okay, I didn't think about it, so I was like, okay, cool, and then I walked out. Finally, when I got home, I just went home. It was a pretty long ride.
So you've had quite a bit
And
of with the law.
just FYI, a ticket for not paying for the trolley is $250 fine. By the way.
Yeah,
So-
nothing ever came in. I wasn't told anything.
I'd like to tally up all the money you saved from getting out of these tickets.
Probably a lot. I would have had to pay a lot, probably. But I never paid a ticket before, so it's just random. I don't know.
Yeah, well, good for you. Reese, do you have a nickname?
I am called Moose,
Moose.
and that's my nickname. It's because I have big lips, and I guess moose eat very disgusting.
No, and you were
So-
also taller than us when we were at that age, because you were way taller than anybody else in the family. When you were like in your teen years, so like moose. If you Google how big a moose is, they're very big. I put that together, and I was like, oh hey, he's pretty big, and he has big lips, so why not? So.
That's what they say. I had a big moose lips, and I'm tall, or I'm not tall, but tall in the family. So I've been called Moose my entire life. But we all have nicknames.
Mhm.
We all have nicknames.
What's your guys' nicknames? Do you care to share?
What is my nickname? Chub Rock.
You used to be Chub Rock.
Chub Rock, yeah, but what is it now? Zay?
Yeah, I just call him Zay.
Zay or Zay or whatever.
And then Elijah will forever be Baby Fathead.
Yeah, baby,
Fathead,
fathead, or
I
fathead, yeah.
I call Elijah also
Bobo,
like
Bobo the chimp.
um
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Bobo.
The only reason why I was called Fathead is pretty. It's like 'cause I
his
have a
head
fat
was
head.
very disproportionate
Yeah,
to
my
his body
was
in
a
his
lot
developmental
smaller than my
years.
head. Yeah.
Like it was literally like
My
a
dad was
tiny
literally-
body, and then his head was just like walking around it like it was crazy.
Yeah, like,
I
I looked
like
at that old
the-
picture. And I was like, gosh.
I like adding the baby to the beginning. Baby fathead kind of just ties it all together.
I know. It's just,
He's the baby of the family, so we love you, Baby Fathead.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. That's how it is.
I made you guys nicknames just in case you didn't have one. If I could share them.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Reese, yours was PJ.
What?
Why
Elisha,
PJ?
yours was Bobby, and Isaiah, yours was Dawn. As in-
What? Dawn?
Yeah,
Why? I'm so confused. You gotta
PJ,
explain.
PJ, Bobby, and Dawn.
PJ, Bobby, and Dunn. Okay.
I like
Sound
it.
like
Arizona nickname.
that sounds like we surf and
Yeah.
we have
We have good times.
White Claws and like we do a lot of that and have Chipotle and Starbucks and whatnot.
We do have Chipotle.
I mean, yeah, Chipotle is really good. But
Well,
there's no explanation behind the names.
no, not really. No.
Okay. Okay, great.
Well, kind of behind Reese's, but yeah. Well, one time Reese introduced me to this guy, and his name wasn't PJ, but I thought it was PJ, and it wasn't PJ. So
What was this?
When was this?
this was at the last convention.
What was his name?
I don't know, but he looked like another guy named PJ.
Oh, I remember. I remember that. That was a good one.
I don't know if we're allowed to name drop the real guy's name, but it's not PJ. I'll tell you that much. That's
It's not PJ.
okay.
Dude, I'm almost straight up. I'm demolishing this thing.
Hey,
Yeah, this is really, really
what
good.
size do you guys get?
Large,
28 ounce.
I guess, yeah.
I got a 22.
And it's not like I'm not even getting tired of the taste. It's
Yeah,
just like
it's really
so good.
Yeah.
Like-
Hey, Yeah, no, yeah. Smooth Ones is about smoothies because they're so good.
Yeah, honestly.
Also, apparently, I just saw a YouTube channel called Hot Ones. I think they copied me. So if you see them, just don't watch their videos.
I won't.
No,
We only
absolutely.
we only
Never
the
heard of
Dolberry boys only support smooth ones.
Hey, I'll drink to that. Well, I think it's about that time for your final words. What do you have to say for yourselves?
Elijah,
I'll go first. Is it like a conclusion? Like I say something like goodbye type stuff?
Just say whatever you want.
Okay, cool. Yeah, goodbye.
Okay, Isaiah?
I had fun. Really good conversations. Enjoyed it. Everyone watching, stay safe, especially with quarantine. Stay indoors, wear a mask, wash your hands occasionally. Yeah, like I say, have a good one.
thank you. Thank you for having us, Jamin. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, everyone just stay safe and social distance and smile as much as you can and be positive.
Hey. All right, all right. Well, from Reese, Elisha, and Isaiah, and me, Jamin Leroy Jenkinson, thank you for watching Smooth Ones, the show where we drink smoothies and talk about stuff. Be sure to
Like, comment, and subscribe.
yeah,
Smooth ones.
Comment.
Better
Wait,
than
what's it
better
supposed
than
to
hot
be?
ones.
yes, yes.
Better than hot one. Better than hot one.
All right,
Better than
perfect.
hot ones.
See ya, everyone.